Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Volume 2 of Hiveswap, the Friendship Simulator. So we already hung out with Cirava and befriended him. I think we just became high buddies who take like drugs together or some weird crap. I don't know. And apparently he's like some kind of popular streamer, just like how our data was. These shows like all famous or something in their weird way, or they're like obsessed with a certain thing. Like how Diamond was obsessed with hot dogs, and I think this new show is probably obsessed with art or something, but we shall see, because we're gonna befriend her this time. You stumble through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash-landed on this hostile planet, you have been desperate. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly for a bit of medical attention. Along the way, you've had some laughs, embarrassing missteps, and maybe even an encounter with alien meat product. You don't really want to get into it. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friend opportunities awaits you. Honestly, at this point, you make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Wait, you see something in the distance, or perhaps someone? Someone, Amisia Erdehn? Maybe. Whoa, I like how this changes. Did this happen in the first one? I don't actually remember. I don't think it did. Lo, what light through yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks? A small figure approaches. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are so far you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down, but it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself. I also literally need a brace for my arm. Cute. Oh. She gives you a sweet, sincere smile. I've never seen anything like you. Oh, she likes to add extra U's. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas. Boy, do you hope some of those ideas are about friendship. Now that you've got a taste of it, you're hungry for more. Can we stop? Tasting friendship is not inedible. You take a stumbling step forward and your ribs remind you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it can't cure acute injuries. Oh, you don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for nude contributors. Contributors? Could she mean friendship contributors? Nah, that's dumb. Maybe she runs some sort of alien newspaper and she wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? You follow her to a nearby building, and now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt for companionship and you notice that you've wandered into kind of an upscale part of town. Oh, is this like the nicer part of town? There's a lot less garbage and people collapse in the street. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Well, it seems like they like to pair, like every time they introduce two trolls, it's like one low blood and one high blood, so she must be a high blood. Although she seems a little bit too nice to be high blood, if you're asking me. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way. Real quick, you don't happen to be an artist, do you? Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact. Is that what? Tell her yeah or tell her no? Well, I would say no because that's probably the bad ending. Tell her no, you've never had much of a knack for it. Oh, good. Friendships between artists can be so oh, this is not the other one's the bad ending, okay. Much better to just keep things between artists and art appreciators. That way no one can get jealous. The girl's smile widens even further and you feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally found someone who isn't a total fucking maniac? I know, right? I don't believe it though, she's probably hiding some deep dark secret. And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it at all. It puts a spring in your step. Or as much as a spring as possible with a broken arm and misaligned torso. Amisia leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that probably nothing is ever going to make sense to you again. That's okay. Your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend. You were jumping the gun with this descriptor, but you are feeling seriously good about this encounter. stands in the corner of the elevator, wringing her claws. Oh, she has claws. I wish I'd known I was going to have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I've met anyone new. You assure her that whatever disaster her house is, it can't be any worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kinda get what she means. She's wearing an artist's smock that's covered in splashes of paint. I don't think they're paint, I think there might be blood from other trolls. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint, but it couldn't be anything else, could it? It's every color of the rainbow. Like trolls. The elevator door slides open and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table overflows with messy pallets of brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges. Several easels stand beside the windows to catch the light of the two moons, and a number of canvases lean against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on them. First things first. Amisia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything you have on your now defunct spaceship, tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols. She then indicates you should take off your sling. Here, go ahead and stick it in there. Oh, what am I sticking what in what? She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole in the wall. Never do that. It never has good outcomes. But you stick it in anyway, because you are sure your new friend has your best interest at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back out, but you don't. Even if it's broken, you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around. Calm down, you big wriggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. I haven't. Why is it a hole in a wall? If you don't stop moving, it won't work. Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. She's looking at you so hopefully, and she's so delicate and pretty, almost angelic. You look at her face and tell yourself, it's all going to be okay. Finally, the hole releases you and you pull your arm back out to find it completely healed? You can move your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up. See? I told you. This is great. You are overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be chill about it, guys. You know, just a healed arm, no biggie. You thank Amisia profusely, but you manage to keep it to the strictly verbal sort. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. Yeah, same. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See? This friendship stuff is easy. I'm glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized. Oh, yeah, I'm really surprised you noticed. But you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are. Okay, she's way too nice. I don't know if I should trust her. You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in blue, yeah, it's really weird. Well, it all ended up okay, and Amisia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you cute, which you think is pretty generous of her, considering what a disgusting mess you are at this point. Speaking of low bloods, we weren't speaking about low bloods. What's your blood color? Just out of curiosity. Blood color? You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed. I've got plenty of burgundy. Her evilness coming out. She probably has a whole bunch of them locked up just like our data did. Oh well. Good thing I have a delivery coming soon. I didn't know you get trolls delivered to your house. Hey, do you think you could help me set up a few things up before they get here? They? Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh hell yes. You are all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can perform. Amisia gives you another radiant smile. You live for those smiles, man. They're just so full of the glowing nectar of romance. Romance? I thought she's a girl. Perfect. Let's do this. Work always goes faster with two pairs of hands after all. Yes, absolutely it does. And even if by that she seems to mean her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallow down the pain. Wish you could have like stuck that in the wall, right? You're getting pretty good at it. Too bad you can't stick. That's exactly what I just said. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso into that magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could. But not right now. Right now, you've got a friend to help. Amisia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amisia answers her phone, then buzzes open the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight. They're here! Sorry, I'm getting so giggly about this. It's just been a while since I've had any new paints. Yeah, I don't trust those paints and their sources. Wait, paints? That's what's coming? Now that you think about it, there is something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got going here. There aren't any paints. No tubes dripping color or pots with their tops left partially unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and two trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and are almost the exact same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From their uniforms and the douchey, swaggering way they walk, you get the idea that they are some sort of law enforcement. They're paint enforcement, probably. That and the dirt troll in handcuffs they are dragging between them. I knew it. She's probably gonna murder that troll for his blood. I mean her paint. Thank you guys. You always bring me the best materials. How does she get it though? Does she grind them up? Or does she like bleed them out slowly? So it's like endless paints for days. They don't say anything. They just bring the dirt troll to the center of the tarp and force them into a kneeling position. Then they bow to Amisia and leave the way they came. I told you these high bloods are never what we expect them to be. Holy crap. This doesn't look good. Even before Amisia runs out of the room and comes back in with an axe the size of her whole body. You are not loving this. The troll on the tarp trembles and bites back a sob, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you. Presumably to finger paint with their blood. Oh yeah, that's exactly what she's gonna do. You stammer something to this effect. Amisia laughs. Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal. She considers you for a few moments, tapping a claw against her mouth. I know. You can help me. Help you how? Am I gonna murder the dude or am I painting? I only ever let one other person help with my work. And she's out of town right now. Is it our data? But you and I have a connection. You feel it too. This murderous connection, right? You do. God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately for everyone you meet. You thought you had maybe come across someone who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first? You do want to help me, don't you? You do. You want that more. What? You want that more anything? Okay. Amisia looks at you solemnly. Why don't you do the honors? Oh my god, I am axe murdering this guy. She holds out her axe. I wouldn't offer this to just anyone, but I can tell how special you are. You're trembling. The troll on the tarp is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Slowly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe. Amisia gives it to you with a smile. Look, normally I would readily accept an axe, but I don't want to axe murder this guy in your painting room. God damn it, you forgot about your broken ribs. And that you're a human and can't just pick up gigantic fucking axes with one hand? Well, you should have taken it with one hand. You drop it and it bounces away from you. Like way more than you think an axe should probably bounce. Yeah, axes don't bounce. You look up at Amisia from where you are doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any signs of strain. Damn, she's strong as hell. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of? Made out of high blood, that's what. How silly of me. You seem so culturally advanced that for a second I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance. Oh my god, is she gonna axe me if I don't get it? You nod. Yes, please. A second chance that does not include committing gruesome murder. Usually I just use chains. What is that supposed to mean? But I've got a better idea. Oh god. You get what she wants you to do. You hesitate, and Amisia's smiles get even sweeter. Sweet like poison. Oh? You don't want to help me? Oh my god, she's gonna axe me. The tarp crinkles underneath you as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amisia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp. Hold on tight. You try, you really do. Hold on tight to what? Oh, I'm holding on to the troll. Oh my god, I'm going to hold on to the troll while she axe murders him? That is some messed up crap. The problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time, you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some buried instinct to try to preserve life rising up inside you. You're weak and injured though, so all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side. Oh jeez, what the hell? Oh my god, is that my blood? No, that's his blood. Instead of coming down on the neck in a clean slice, Amisia's axe glances off the troll's collarbone. Oh my god, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. You made things worse, now he has to suffer in pain. And now you know why they have not been begging for their life. Oh jeez, that's really messed up. They don't have a tongue, so they can't beg, but they sure can yell and thrash and bleed olive green alien blood all over you and the tarp. God, there's so much blood. It's just spurting everywhere. Jesus Christ, you're such an idiot. Why couldn't you just commit? Yeah, it's like either do it or don't do it. Don't half-ass it. Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amisia, the work table, and most direly, the canvas is leaning against the wall. Amisia takes one look at them and lets out a wail of rage. I can't believe this. I let you into my hive. Into my life. I was planning to let you into my pusher. You're what? I thought you were a refined sophisticate. But now, I see you're just... a Philistine? A what? She gives you a shove toward the elevator. Your ribs are screaming and so is the bleeding troll. Am I taking him with me? Oh my god. You try to babble an explanation. Forget it. I don't want to hear your excuses. Chaha was right. Hey, that's another one of the trolls. If you want someone killed right, you have to kill them yourselves. That usually is the case. You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. Oh god. Terrible at murder. Is that my fault? Jesus Christ. Well, we suck at murder. But for now, I'm going to tell her this because I think this is going to be one of the bad endings. Tell her what artistry, well, as a matter of fact. Tell her, yeah, it isn't exactly your whole deal, but you've been known to dabble. I'm an expert, Amisia. Oh? I see how it is. Well, you aren't going to snake rodent any trade secrets out of me. Goodbye! Wow. Oh my gosh, you gave me the finger! You completely blew it! That's awkward. So I think we already got all the bad ends, so this should be the good end? This is great, you are overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Get excited and dance your new friend around the room. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge. You take Amisia by her tiny hands and twirl her around the studio. Or you try to. You forgot about your busted ribs? You sure are doing that a lot. You forgot about a lot of things, man. You let go of Amisia and go careening into one of the tables. Thankfully, not the one covered in art supplies, blood supplies. You hit the corner and go down onto your already incredibly sore ass. This is what you get for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend. Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before? You shrug against the floor. Amisia leans down, picks you up in a bridal carry. She is so damn strong. Despite the fact that she's about half your size, it makes your ribs hurt, but what doesn't nowadays? Amisia lays you down on a weird, lumpy couch. Are you sure you're okay? You look a little... She trails off to nothing. She's looking at your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly to sort of try to hold your torso together. That color. My blood? At first you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. I'm like white as the canvas in your room. Then you think she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you've got going on. But then you realize that in your prancing idiocy, you've managed to scrape up the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. Amisia dredges a ew. Don't touch it, that's not sanitary or whatever. Amisia dredges a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in her mouth, and I wouldn't be surprised if she did. And for this to become a whole cannibal situation, well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amisia just holds her finger up, the drop of blood trembling on the tip. This color, I've never seen anything like it. She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down it. Your blood paints a rusty line down the center. She lets out a little squeak of excitement. Oh my gosh, she's gonna use me to paint because she's never seen my blood color. Oh, this is messed up. This is amazing. What, red? Not red. There's a million dirty little rusties swarming all over the city. I'm drowning in red. This is crimson. Oh, it's incredible. You must be some sort of mutant. Not quite. You're really lucky I found you instead of one of the drones. I don't know about that. Lucky? You? Yes, very lucky. The luckiest. Though your arm is healed and you're out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happens on this planet, maybe Amisia is right. Maybe you are lucky. Did I just faint? You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. Oh my god, I knew that was gonna happen. Then you open your eyes and wow, you sure aren't center anymore. In fact, you roll completely to the left as you try to get away from Amisia, who is back and standing over you with a gigantic axe. Watch out! Watch out for you or what? Amisia grabs you, drags you back up onto the couch and plants her head on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down. You'll hurt yourself if you keep flopping around like a beach blubber beast. You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right? You get the feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you. Oh yeah, she's definitely doing that. That's what all them high bloods do. Just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amisia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is a pretty big axe. I don't know what's got you so worried. I just want to show you my axe. Oh yeah, sure. Oh, of course. Makes sense. It is a really nice axe. I can't deny that because it is a very nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it is too heavy for you and your hands are all sweaty and you fumble it. Fumble the really sharp weapon. Oh god, did I just chop myself? Amisia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow in all the wriggly struggle you end up getting cut, like very cut, across both your wrists. In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better if she'd been trying. Oh, dear. Hard agree. Don't struggle. Oh, I'm gonna die. You only hurt yourself more silly. You don't want that, do you? No, you definitely don't want that. Not after what a butterfingers you've proven to be. Amisia gets up to put the axe down and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You are bleeding all over her couch and everything around you starts to go shiny and unreal. She comes back with a couple little jars that she uses to catch your blood. Oh my god, that's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars? They look like jam jars. They're paint jars actually. Alien Jam. Oh, I'm bleeding more and more. Alien Jam. Space Jam. God, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Can't disagree with that. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than the one with the dog and the clown. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amisia. She just shushes you and brushes your hair back off your forehead. I have hair? Have you seen that character? He does not have hair. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. I'm so dead. God, she's such a good friend. Before too long, you do what it's honestly a goddamn shock you haven't done before now. You pass out. Okay. I'm still alive. When you come to, you are propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't love even if you weren't an invalid. And both of your arms are jammed in the hole in the wall. At least she's trying to heal me. The med hole, the glory hole of well-being. The magic sphincter. You grunt and pull your arms back out. They're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines. You take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around, or roll over, since you are still on the floor and probably not getting up anytime soon. It's fine. You've met worse floors in your life. Amisia is sitting at one of her easels, her hair pulled back beneath a scarf and little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her. At least she didn't kill me. And as you watch, she dips a brush in. I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I'd actually killed you back there. Me too! She laughs and you laugh along with her. It's very funny. Actually, everything is funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting. You, of course. You inspired me. Well, right now it just looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines. But she only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool, looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous. Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else. She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to your other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another Space Jam jar? Me too. She starts turning around the canvases one by one. They are all blank, except for one, which has a little... Wait, no. That's just a shadow. Every single one of them is blank. You aren't sure you understand. You ask her if these are all just new canvases, that she has not gotten the chance to paint on yet. Amisia sighs. No. I've had them for forever. I'm just... not a real painter. There. I said it. She buries her face in her hands, talking from between her fingers. I'm really good at all the other parts, like the killing part and the bleeding part. The materials and the studio. I even make all my own paints. Yeah, I don't know if that's like, you know, helping you to become an artist. I just can never do the actual sitting down and doing art part. She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something. But you don't really know that much about art, and you probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction at least. You don't even have a studio, or any brushes or stuff like that. Or, you know, any trolls to bleed. Of course you have no aspirations to be being a painter, but you leave that part out. That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation. She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them to a glass window in winter. Usually I just finish off my contributors quickly. Oh my god. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured low bloods moaning around my studio. Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me or bleed me out or something. But I couldn't just use your blood up all at once. Now she's gonna lock me away. Great. You're far too special for that. You gaze at Amisia. A mist has descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death. I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse. Oh god. Is this a good ending? You will never escape. Great. Well, that is the end of Hiveswap Friendsim Volume 2. It seems like the pattern that they're doing is always having like a high blood troll and a low blood troll, but it might be just me, but I feel like the high blood stories are always a little bit more developed. Because it always kind of like goes into their background a little bit more, although in this case, I think it might be flipped. I don't know, because like, I feel like they kind of went a little bit deeper with Cirava, with his whole like, you know, gouging his eye out because he didn't want his like friends or whatever, because they say that he was like using it to make himself more popular or some crap like that. So he did that, and that seemed kind of like a very much like high blood thing, because he was still chill, you know, like most low bloods are, but he was not as chill as Diamond. But then like the high bloods are always like, there's always something, okay? Even though like this one, you know, she seemed much friendlier at first glance, but then you find out that she's been bleeding trolls for her painting. It's just so typical high blood of her. And it seems like I'm locked away by her, so how is Volume 3 gonna work? Am I gonna somehow escape her and try to befriend more trolls? I mean, not that any of this is really connecting, it's just kind of like independent stories, kind of. Not even stories, like I don't even know what to call them. They're like, I guess there are short stories, but it's just really weird. But at least I do feel like this one has a little bit more substance than the first one. Could be just me, but I don't know, hopefully they start doing more of that. Because the first one was kind of like, I don't know, it's like, I don't really know what you're doing, you're just trying to befriend them. But this one seems a little bit more substance. I don't know, could be just me, but in any case, this is the end of Hiveswap Friendsim Volume 2, the Friendship Simulator. don't know when the next one's gonna come out. How long was this one? I think this is like 2 weeks after, so I guess we can predict that the next one will come out 2 weeks later? Probably? I don't know. If it does, I will see you then. But in any case, this is the end of Volume 2 of Hiveswap Friendsim, so I will leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me hear your thoughts and I will see you guys in the next video.